Most Honourable Member for Fowler.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I move the motion relating to manufacturing in the terms in which it appears on the notice paper. It has been a challenging year for many Australians, families, students, the elderly and small business owners, especially those living in Fowler and Western Sydney. Whether it is combating the rise in cost of living or striving to keep their small business afloat, Australians are feeling the pressure and in need of effective policy measures that will support them during this difficult time. I have knocked door to door within my Fowler electorate and held numerous forums to understand the pressing issues and needs of my constituents. Recently, I held a manufacturing forum and engaged with small and medium-sized businesses and enterprises, SMEs, within the manufacturing sector to discuss pain points and opportunities. These are some of the comments that the attendees have shared. I may have to consider scaling down my business as I cannot afford to operate it. How does a $325 electricity rebate enough support my electricity bill is $10,000? My equipment costs more than the instant write-off offered. Can the government expand this? I'm having trouble attracting talent within our industry. We are short-staffed. This was a recurring theme within the manufacturing forum. SMEs grappling with rising operating costs, shortages of skilled labour and limited access to critical resources. Steve Fazer, CEO of Chess Industries, shared how the cost of doing business is now significantly higher, impacting their ability to grow within the manufacturing industry. He said, "It would be good to have the government provide some form of support in lowering interest rates, insurance and operative costs. This is what is affecting small manufacturing businesses' growth." Another local food manufacturer owner, Henry, spoke about the cost of equipment being substantially higher and there was pressure to keep up with technology to remain competitive. This is costly exercise that not all small businesses can afford. Gus Medina, Managing Director of Medina Engineering, which specialises in manufacturing purpose-built machinery, stated that there needs to be more funding for upskilling employees, such as digitally enhancing the ability to operate machinery utilising computers. I have also recently shared B. Campbell's difficulty with labour gaps within their business and struggle to attract talent within the meat industry, leading them to consider a scale down in business. Deputy Speaker, this is just a handful manufacturers' voices amongst the many that has reached out to me to seek representation and support. I have spoken many times in this House about the importance of manufacturing in my electorate of Fowler, which makes up about 12% of the workforce. Hundreds of manufacturing businesses in southwest and western Sydney produce essential goods across a variety of sectors, from food production and building materials to medical supplies and recycling initiatives. The only reliefs offered in the May budget was a $325 electricity rebate for individuals and I think $300 for small business, and a tax deduction on the cost of eligible assets costing less than $20,000 and a couple of $100, as I said, on energy bills. As we all know, the cost of equipment have gone up tremendously. The supply chain, everything has gone up tremendously, and I think we need to really focus on what further support we can provide for many small businesses. The feedback that I have received from the Manufacturing Forum attendees was that this was not good enough for the government, this was not good enough from the government. There's also the fear of uncertainty of whether this lifeline would be extended the year after. It is clear that we need to do better to support the SMEs, particularly those within manufacturing, so they can thrive and continue to grow the Australian economy. This motion is to call for the government to not turn a blind eye on the struggling SME manufacturers and take further action by 1. Creating further funding opportunities for SMEs to scale and to upskill their workforce as technology continues to advance. 2. Promoting a career to young Australians and migrant workers by continuing and expanding government investment in training initiatives, apprenticeships, English language training and foundational skills development. 3, increasing the instant write-off to $50,000, and to indefinitely extend this initiative to give SMEs breathing room to operate without the pressures of heightened costs. And 4, lowering the cost of doing business by addressing the escalating costs of insurance, freight, energy and compliance, which disproportionately impacts small and medium manufacturers. Deputy Speaker, I've taken the time and effort to consult with my electorate, and call for action is not unreasonable. SMEs in manufacturing need the government support, and they need it now. Otherwise, they will continue to be left behind. Thank you.
Thank the honourable member for Fowler for that contribution. Is the motion seconded?
Deputy Speaker.
I thank the honourable member for Clare. You reserve your right. I'll call the member for Hunter and then we'll come back to you.